Do you ever wonder what to cook when you're out camping?
In this video, we're going to cover our 2 favorite recipes that we use when we're cooking healthy in our RV camper. And we're going to cover the simple rules that we use when we're evaluating what recipes we want to cook.
And obviously we're not in our camper right now. Unfortunately, it's at the hospital, but we hope to have it back soon.
Both of these recipes are really easy. They follow the simple rules that we use for evaluating recipes, and most importantly, they're really delicious. We have both these recipes on our website, which is linked in the description below.
These are recipes that we consider to be healthy foods and we enjoy. Everybody has their own opinion of what healthy foods are, so leave a comment if you have some different choices or ideas and we can try to work that into.
I used to look like this, and at the time I thought that I was healthy, but it's no fun to be like that. But I'm now trying to get more in that direction, so we were doubling down on being able to eat healthy.
But in a way that's sustainable for us, and also when we go camping. The first recipe we're going to show you is turkey meatballs with a lemon caper sauce and some mixed vegetables.
One of my favorites.
Yes.
And so we always start off by busting out all of our ingredients, then we do our prep, and then we do our cooking. Over time, we figured out that there are 3 rules that we always follow when we're picking out what things that we're going to cook in our RV camper. The first is 30 minutes or less of prep time. Normally we're on an adventure and we want to adventure to the last minute or minimize the amount, and it's really easy to make a restaurant quality meal in 30 minutes or less.
And you're probably hungry and don't want to wait too long. And the second rule is we use a 1-pan rule. So anything we cook is in 1 pan. We might need to take it out, cook something else, but that helps so much with cleanup, especially if you're out boondocking. You don't want to use that much water.
And the third rule is to stock up on all the veggies that you like and then just be flexible. So you can mix and match in the various different recipes and it'll always be something that you like.
Yep. And it makes it not seem like you're having the same meals over and over again. You might have the same base, but you're having different vegetables and it seems like something brand new. So let's get cooking. While Michael's chopping up the vegetables, I'm gonna get started with the ground turkey.
One of the reasons these recipes go together is we use half of it for one and half of it for the other one.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper. And after the salt and pepper, I'm going to go ahead and add the panko breadcrumbs. Next thing I'm going to do is just mix it all together. And then form usually about 8 to 10 meatballs.
This is everything else that goes in it. We've got the veggies, and like we said, we love to keep it flexible and mix in whatever we happen to have at the time. The main 2 flavors though are the lemon and the capers. And also, if you don't have fresh garlic, you can use something else, but we've made it both ways. It's way better with fresh garlic. And then there's a little bit of cream cheese that goes in as well. Let's get to chopping this stuff up. I'll go ahead and cut this lemon and set it aside. We use a ton of lemon while we're camping. We use it in everything. Don't judge my knife skills.
He does way better than me though, so there's that.
We're just gonna slice up the zucchini and the squash. Sometimes I like to cut it 4 ways. That way the pieces are a little bit more bite-sized when they're done. And we're just cooking for us, so presentation is not super important. We have found that the tomatoes add a lot of water to the recipe, so if they're not your cup of tea, you can skip them, and less tomatoes means a little bit less watery. When it comes to garlic, regardless of how many cloves it calls for, I generally try to sneak in a couple more while Beekeeper's not looking.
He doesn't sneak them in, he just does it. I just let him.
If you don't have a garlic press, these come in super handy. Now that we got all the prep done, it's time to get to cooking. Now we just heat up a drizzle of olive oil. And this is a Michael drizzle, not a Becky drizzle. Then as soon as the oil heats up, we just put the meatballs in. Our pan has a top, so we just put the lid on. If not, you can just get a little bit of aluminum foil and lay it over top and it works just as good.
And 6 minutes later, we're gonna flip them around. So it's been 6 minutes. We're gonna take the top off. Flip them over, and then we're gonna leave the top off for another 6 minutes to finish cooking.
Y'all can't smell what we smell, but this is when the memories of having this before kind of kick in. Like, it smells like it's gonna be super yummy. And now that it's been about 6 minutes, we're just gonna take them off and let them rest in the bowl. Trying not to eat one right now. And at this step, we're just putting the whatever our primary crunchy veggies are, and we're saving all the rest for a minute. And just let that cook for about 3 minutes or so. Now the veggies should be still nice and crisp, but mostly cooked through. And then we're gonna add the garlic and the capers. And we're just gonna cook those for like 30 seconds or a minute. Make sure that they release their flavors and their smells. And now we pretty much just add everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and add the tomatoes. We're gonna add the butter. Gonna put in the juice of 2 lemons. Here's another thing you can skip also based on what you think is healthy, but you put in a little bit of, we put in soy glaze, but just really anything to give it a little bit of umami flavor and a little bit of sweetness. Secret ingredient, a little bit of cream cheese. It adds a little bit of creaminess to the sauce in the end. And we're just gonna stir that up and cook it for another couple minutes. Only thing left is to plate it up and enjoy. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. I can't wait to taste it.
I'm gonna try it right now. The tomatoes are so sweet. Let me try this. It's really yummy. What do you think?
Delicious.
Let's eat.
The lemon and the caper and the garlic, they just all blend together and it's creamy sauce. Delicious.
Now to another one of our favorite recipes. It is called turkey and veggie lettuce wraps.
And one of the reasons why we love this one is because we can totally go to town guilt-free because of the fact that there's no carbs or bread or anything else like that in it. We just load up the lettuce wraps, which we call boats, with the delicious, yummy veggie filling and just eat them to our heart's content.
And since we're using the second half of the turkey that we used in the first recipe, if you cook that one, it's great because when you're camping, it's 2 very different recipes, even though you're using turkey for both. Lots of different flavors and really good.
Let's get started. This is super easy to make.
Yeah. We keep a lot of these staple sauces in our camper all the time because we use them in almost all of our recipes. And as I mentioned earlier, our sauces, we have soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, sesame oil, and this is to give it a little spicy flavor, some chili garlic sauce.
Then we also have some honey here. We stopped using that, but it definitely adds a little bit more sweetness and a little bit of deliciousness if you want to use that. And then we've got some sunflower seeds to sprinkle on at the very end. We'll start with the pepper. And just cut this up in the old way. I like to have relatively small little pieces, so I just kind of dice it like that. Slice up the mushrooms, and you don't have to be very accurate here because we're just going to chop it all up into little bitty pieces. So no sense in getting too fancy with it. We're not using the slices like you would in most recipes. Because all this is just going to get sauteed down and mixed in with the meat, we kind of just want to have it small enough to where we don't notice it. So this recipe has 2 cloves of garlic, just like the other ones, so I think I counted 2 correctly.
That's 4, but if you're Michael counting, it's a multiple of 2.
When we first started cooking, one of the things that seemed really important is that in my head, it takes forever to do all this prep work, just because you're busy and you're active and all that kind of stuff. But it actually only takes a couple of minutes. It just seems like it takes longer.
And sometimes you think, oh, this takes forever, we should just go out to dinner. And we go out to dinner and we're sitting there waiting, and we're constantly thinking, oh, we should just stayed at home and cooked. There you go, 2 cloves of garlic.
And then the first thing we want to do is peel the ginger, and then we're going to just chop it up. And this smells so good, the garlic and the ginger.
Now we're gonna put all these yummy sauces together. Soy sauce and apple cider vinegar, sesame oil here, and then I'm gonna stir it up by adding
Spicy stuff.
Spicy stuff. And I think the recipe calls for more than this. I put just a little bit in to start with, and then at the end, Michael adds more.
It's really only our only food compromises. I like spicy stuff and she doesn't, so we just kind of meet in the middle.
Yes, I tend to go for the more sweeter taste.
I can always add more. We're gonna put it on medium heat and drizzle a little bit of olive oil.
So we're going to just add the turkey. It's looking good.
And
Add a little salt.
I kind of like to layer the salt and pepper and put it in at every stage.
We're gonna put in half of our yummy sauce.
And then reserve the other half to put on after the fact while we're eating it. And we're just gonna stir it around and let everything get nice and coated and let the flavor soak in for 30 seconds or a minute or 2. You'll know when it's right.
And this goes back to our 1 pan. We're just gonna take this out, set it aside, and then cook veggies in the same pan. So the meat's all cooked up. We're just gonna put it over here in this dish, bowl.
Yeah, let it rest while we cook the veggies. Just put in all the veggies.
About 3 or 4 minutes, then we're gonna add the garlic and ginger.
Give it a little stir. Now we want to put in the garlic and the ginger. Oh dang.
That looks really good.
That looks and smells delicious.
For camping, we love these pre-washed lettuce. We call them boats. You just pull them out and eat them.
Saves on tons of water, which, as you know, is super important when you're camping.
Drizzle a little sauce. Add some sunflower seeds. And wrap it up. All right, ready?
Yeah.
That's super good.
This is our first time trying to make a cooking video. We thought it'd be fun because we like sharing our recipes with you guys. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, so, and please do us a favor, if you like our videos, please like and subscribe. It really helps YouTube. Let us know we're doing a good job and helps us make better videos.
So we can make more.
Yeah.
Even better recipes. What are you doing, Posey?
Do you think you want some?
I want some, please. I want to be in the video.